Let me talk about the EU and how it works a little bit. And I will contend that in the EU, what's more important than policy is people. So I used to prepare the European Council for the Prime Minister. I used to write his documents that he would take with him in a huge pack like this, and I would expect him to remember everything that was written there so that he could argue with the leaders of the European continent and come out victorious. Obviously that doesn't happen. So I think through looking at that example, you could say, well, it's important in a leader to be able to remember a lot of facts. Because when they go into the European Council, or when they go into these, usually you have a dinner with leaders where things actually get decided. They don't go there with officials, they don't go there with a team of people experts that can tell them. They're not always on their smartphone to look up, oh my God, is that correct? Or, has he just said something that's wrong? They have to remember, they have to know the policy, and they have to know why they know the policy, because otherwise you can't argue it properly. So if you have a Prime Minister who's not very good at remembering stuff, you're likely to lose in the arguments in the European Union. When you enter that room and it goes out of your head, you're probably not going to be able to function very well. What other personal quality do you think is important to become a success in a European Council room where you have 26 other leaders? What's an important personal quality?
Eloquent.
Pardon?
Being eloquent. So
being open?
Yeah, no, eloquent.
Eloquent, being eloquent. Yeah, I think that's right, being able to argue what you want in the way that you want.
Express your thoughts and to tell to people what you want in the defined terms of what you convey them.
Yeah, I think that's right. For me, that sits with the policy stuff, so that they know the policy, because, as far as I'm aware, even the smartest leader won't be able to make the common agricultural policy eloquent. The smartest leader won't be able to make the financial transaction tax eloquent when it gets down to actual debates, because it's usually a debate about, well, in paragraph 12b, you say and, we want but, and then you have a debate. That's how it works in Europe. So I think eloquence is important for personal charisma, but not necessarily important for winning the argument. Anybody else have any guess? Go on.
Well, you have to achieve compromises and to trade some of your minor goals for your bigger.
So somebody who can negotiate.
Yeah. And to rank your priorities.
Yes, I think that's very important. I think there's probably two things in there, actually. So you've got somebody who's able to prioritize, somebody who's able to just discard things which aren't important and focus on the things that are really important. That's one quality. The other is somebody who is able to negotiate effectively. And to do that, you need to be able to build coalitions, and you need to be able to make friends. So usually the most popular kid in the class is the most successful. And that is true of EU meetings. The number one person that can exemplify this is Angela Merkel. Although she doesn't have the personal qualities that you would expect to make her the most popular person in the room, she's able to form compromises, and she's very open personally to people. So you see that David Cameron, for example, is a good friend with Angela Merkel. So when it comes to European councils, they will meet up, they'll have a chat, they'll usually talk about what's going to happen, and she'll usually say, how about we do this in this council? And then, okay, but we want this. Okay, we'll have a little chat about that. And that's the way that business is done. So I think somebody who's able to make friendships and partnerships, somebody who's able to eloquently express what they want, somebody who's able to discard what's not important and do what is important, and somebody who can remember why they're doing that, are the qualities that you should look for in a leader. If you don't have those, then you won't be able to get what you want. I think that's clear.